Megan Oldham of Canada secures gold over GU in 2026 Olympic Big Air Final. Megan Oldham's 2026 Olympic victory. According to Novini.live, Canadian athlete Megan Oldham captured the gold medal in the women's Big Air Final at the 2026 Winter Olympics, marking a dramatic and career-defining moment. Oldham, earning her first-ever Olympic title, posted a winning score of 180.75 points. Defending champion Eileen Gu of China took the silver medal with a score of 179.00, while Italy's Flora Tabanelli secured the bronze. Big Air, a freestyle skiing discipline, has become a marquee event for athleticism and high-flying tricks. The competition was fiercely contested, with results showcasing the elite skill level of all finalists. Ukrainian athlete Katerina Kotsar finished in 10th place, a result that highlights the growing international depth in the sport. This final was a particularly significant milestone for Oldham, who ascended to the top of the Olympic podium for the first time. Memorable Olympic moments. The 2026 Games will be remembered for thrilling performances and powerful emotional highlights, with Megan Oldham's gold medal triumph standing out as a defining moment of the prestigious event. Oldham's victory underscores the rising global popularity of women's big air and the critical role international competitions play in shaping athletic careers. Katerina Kotsar's top 10 finish also signals the advancing caliber of Ukrainian athletes in this sport, which may foster further development and support for big air in Ukraine. Megan Oldham of Canada secures gold over GU in 2026 Olympic Big Air Final. The cold mountain air of Livorno, Italy, carried a mixture of tension, excitement, and history in the making. On February 16, 2026, under the bright lights of the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics, the world watched as the women's freeski big air final unfolded in dramatic fashion. Snowflakes drifted slowly across the Olympic venue, and a crowd filled with anticipation waited to see which athlete would rise above the rest. Among the competitors stood Canada's Megan Oldham, focused, calm, and ready for the moment that could define her career. By the end of the night, she would soar not only above the massive big air ramp but also above her competitors, capturing Olympic gold and etching her name into winter sports history. The stage is set. The women's big air event is one of the most electrifying competitions in freestyle skiing. Athletes race down a steep slope, launch themselves off a towering ramp, and perform breathtaking tricks high above the snow before landing perfectly to impress the judges. Each competitor gets 3 runs, and the best 2 scores are combined for the final result. At the 2026 Winter Olympics, the stakes were especially high. The defending Olympic champion was Eileen Gu, the global freestyle skiing superstar representing China. Gu had already captivated the world during the 2022 Beijing Olympics with multiple medals and dazzling performances. By 2026, she had become one of the most recognized athletes in winter sports. But standing between Gu and another gold medal was a determined Canadian athlete, Megan Oldham. Oldham arrived at the competition with momentum and confidence. Just days earlier, she had already earned a bronze medal in slopestyle, proving she was in top form during these games. Still, the big air final would test her limits like never before. A stormy start. The evening began with a challenge. Heavy snowfall and strong winds swept across the Livorno Snow Park, forcing officials to delay the final by more than an hour. The weather created difficult conditions for the athletes, who had to maintain focus while waiting in the cold. But in high-level sports, champions often emerge when conditions are toughest. And Megan Oldham was ready. Oldham's perfect opening. When the competition finally began, Oldham stepped up for her first run with confidence. She accelerated down the slope, launched off the ramp, and executed a breathtaking trick with precision and control. When she landed smoothly, the judges responded with a huge score of 91.75 points, instantly placing her at the top of the leaderboard. The crowd erupted. It was the kind of opening that sends a message to every competitor: the gold medal race had begun. But Oldham was not finished. On her second run, she once again soared into the icy air and delivered another impressive trick, earning 89.00 points. With 2 strong scores already secured, she forced every other skier to chase her total. By that moment, the pressure had shifted. Now everyone else had to match, or beat, her brilliance. The challenge from Eileen Gu. If anyone could do it, it was Eileen Gu. The Chinese freestyle star entered the final as the defending Olympic champion in big air. Her talent, experience, and global popularity made her one of the most dangerous competitors in the field. Gu's first run was strong. She launched into the air and landed a beautifully controlled trick, scoring 90.00 points, just behind Oldham's opening score. The battle for gold had begun. However, in her second run, Jiu made a mistake during the landing, receiving only 61.25 points, which temporarily pushed her out of medal contention. Suddenly, the defending champion found herself under pressure. Everything would depend on her final jump. A final attempt. The atmosphere at the Olympic venue became electric. Jiu prepared for her third and final run with the hopes of defending her title. With the crowd watching closely, she launched off the ramp and delivered an impressive trick, earning 89.00 points. When her two best scores were combined, she reached a total of 179.00 points. It was a fantastic performance, but would it be enough? All eyes turned back to Megan Oldham. The golden moment. Oldham had already secured two high scores. Technically, she didn't need to take major risks on her final run. Yet the pressure remained immense. Olympic finals are unpredictable. One mistake can change everything. But the Canadian skier had already done enough. With her first two jumps combining for 180.75 points, Oldham had taken the lead and maintained it throughout the competition. When the final results were confirmed, the scoreboard revealed the outcome. Megan Oldham, Canada, 180.75. Eileen Jiu, China, 179.00. Flora Tabanelli, Italy, 178.25. Oldham had won. By just 1.75 points, she defeated the defending Olympic champion and claimed the gold medal. History for Canada. Oldham's victory was more than just a personal achievement. It marked a historic moment for Canadian freestyle skiing. Her gold medal became Canada's first Olympic medal in women's freeski big air and the country's first Olympic gold in any freeski event since 2018. For Canada, a nation known for winter sports excellence, the achievement represented a proud milestone. For Oldham, it was the realization of years of dedication and perseverance. The journey to Olympic gold. Megan Oldham's road to the Olympic podium was not easy. Born in Parry Sound, Ontario, she developed her skills on the snowy slopes of Canada. From a young age, she showed exceptional talent in freestyle skiing, quickly rising through international competitions. Over the years, she became known for her technical ability and fearless style. Her performances in the X Games and World Cup competitions demonstrated that she belonged among the best athletes in the world. But the Olympic dream remained unfinished.